is a culinary legend who's hosted over 50 cooking shows over the last 20 years. He sold over 50 million cookbooks worldwide, and he just released his 28th cookbook called Simply Jamie. Please welcome Jamie Oliver.
Nice to see you.
You too. Sit down.
Hey, guys! Bless you.
Wow. I don't know if I've talked to anybody who's hosted over 50 cooking shows.
I know.
That's amazing.
I know.
50 cooking shows. But you know what makes me, I can't even believe it. This started out as a fluke.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I grew up in a little village in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I grew up in a family business, a restaurant.
Okay.
I was terrible at school, but the only thing I was good at was cooking at the weekends for pocket money.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I basically went to work in London, and one day I had the night off, and the boss phoned up and said, "Someone's called in sick, can you come and cover?" And my wife is going, no, because I was on a promise. And I went in, I covered the night, there was a TV crew there, and that was my break. And that's when The Naked Chef was born.
Wow.
Yeah, complete luck. I mean, I've got 5 kids now, and you try and teach your kids, you know, just try and get there early, try and be positive, you know, try and find the opportunity in life. I mean, my whole career is all off a bit of luck, so...
Yeah. But do you think it was did you like cooking?
Yeah, I love it.
You love cooking?
Yeah, I mean, I love the idea that you can take some stuff, do some stuff to it, and then feed people. And like, I grew up in an environment where I call people ma'am and sir, and I love the idea of serving and feeding. I love to like get bits and put it on a plate and stuff it in your mouth. And, it's nice. It's not. I love food so much, and I think, you know, whether it's, I just think that families and kids especially are healthier, happier, more productive if they know where food comes from and how it affects their body. And the sad thing, and actually it's the inspiration to my new book and the series, like, we've never cooked less than now.
Right.
And I know for a fact, it doesn't matter about statistics and stuff, I can give you all that. The world is a much sadder place when people can't cook because...
Yeah, because we bond over our food.
It bonds and binds people.
Absolutely.
And it makes you ask... You ask questions, and of course it doesn't make sense to eat something that looks like a chemistry lesson, you know? So...
No, but I know you bond over food because you have to, because you've been married to your wife, Jules, for 25 years. So y'all must be cooking.
Yeah.
And I know this...
Look at this, I know you're thinking, congratulations, what is that suit?
That suit has seen a lot of, like, renewal.
But ladies, check out the snakeskin shoes.
Now, I know we talked about this before. You love renewing your vows. Now, you just did it in the Maldives. Wait, no, you did it in the Maldives, okay?
Yeah.
You renewed your vows last year with Elvis in Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, is your wife, like, is Jules obsessed with Vegas?
Yes.
With Elvis?
But she's obsessed with Elvis.
Yeah.
Which means, by default, she's obsessed with Austin Butler.
Okay, that's right.
And also, the thing you said is, am I obsessed by getting renewed, married again? No, my wife is.
Your wife is?
She just loves getting married. And I'm like,
really?
This is getting expensive. 3 times, same wife.
The same wife. But it's like, it's the newness of it all. It's like a whole restarting.
I think she likes the kind of, the feelings of the nostalgia. And if I can say one romantic thing, when I said the vows the second time after 23 years, the words that you say, they baffled me in the beginning. Like, I said them because I had to. but 23 years later, I felt that I'd earned every single word.
Oh, Jamie.
And vice versa, and Jules as well. And, you know, so if you can make it work, fingers crossed.
You know what, not even fingers crossed, 25 years you've been making it work. You got your kids, your 14-year-old son, Buddy. I remember we talked about him before. He's following in your footsteps, and he's also cooking.
Yeah, he's growing up.
So how proud of you?
Very.
Of your
Buddy. The thing is, I just love, like, he finds cooking very natural. And I know that the biggest superpower that I've got is a child that can teach a child. You know, when some old person like me is teaching a kid how to cook, it's like, it's one thing. I mean, I'll try hard and I can maybe okay, but when a kid does it...
Right.
And do you know, the other thing as well, like, when I go down the markets at the weekend, now people come up to him and ask for an autograph and a picture.
They really do?
And I even get men, like particularly like sort of in their 60s and 70s, men come up and they go, son, I don't really like your dad, he gets on my nerves. But I like you, and I've never cooked all of my life. And then I remember he did a little video once where he just got a fish and filleted it and cooked it, and it was crispy and delicious. And he goes, when I saw that video, I knew that finally I had to cook. Because if a 10-year-old can do it, like, then so can a 60, 70-year-old. So.
Really? I love this about, you know, wow. Now, but you don't only have him, you got 5 kids. Like you said, you got 5 children.
That I know of, yes.
So, you got your jokes, boy. I know Jules is. You gonna have to make that one up to Jules.
She's gonna see this on the internet and she's gonna slap me. Yeah.
I have a feeling you like being slapped by Jules.
I do.
You do.
Yeah.
Why did I know that?
With herbs, of course.
Now tell me something. With the 5 kids, I know because they don't think. Sometimes kids don't think the parents are cool. Mm-hmm. Do you like embarrassing them?
Well, not originally, but then in the end, yes.
Okay.
I basically, for any parents in the room, like you put the shift in, like you're trying to be their best friend, and around 13, particularly the girls, they drop you.
They do.
And I'm like, what have I done? And and they're not interested anymore. So they started saying like, don't pick me up, don't drop me off at school, and then it upset me. And the only way I could express myself was when I drop them off. I'm in the 4x4, got a nice sound system, bit of Snoop Doggy Dogg, windows down, Snoop Doggy Dogg. And my kids are like, Dad, stop it, stop. And I got a secret little button that's like the extra bass box. Bang, dang, dang. And then, oh gosh! And then they get off and they run off with all the kids are going past, and then I wind down the window and go, love you! Daddy loves you! And they just hate me for it, but...
Oh, my God. But they're going to love it because the memories. Those are the memories that you create with your children, and when they get older, they do
Hopefully they'll forgive me one day.
They're going to do the same thing to their kids. I guarantee you. Now, I got to ask you, because I know that every chef runs their kitchen, like, differently.
Yeah.
You have some specific words that you have banned from your kitchen?
Well, it's actually not the kitchen. It's because somehow, and like, so I was a dyslexic kid at school. I really struggled. And I've ended up being the biggest cookery author on the planet. How does that happen, right? So I take it really seriously. Like, every book is like a new baby. I give it everything. But there's certain things that we've decided are banned. Words that are banned from a cookery book.
Okay.
And it's a serious business because it goes to 120 countries around the world, and there's no need to spread these words in the realms of the kitchen.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, can you tell me what's number 5?
Well, the first word that should never be in a recipe is floppy.
Floppy. Why not floppy?
Well, we don't want nothing floppy in our life, do we?
No, we really don't. No.
And then the second one is stuffed.
Stuffed. You don't.
Well, we can find different words to stuff something.
Okay. What's the next word?
Smeared. There ain't no need for smearing.
No smearing.
I don't like the word smeared. Fair enough?
Okay. Now, what's number 2? Fair. I like fair.
The next one, this is a technical one, crevice.
Now, what's wrong?
I've just seen a woman there nearly swallow her own tongue.
What's wrong with crevice?
I don't think there's any need to use the word crevice in a wholesome recipe to feed a family.
Okay, so what's the number one word banned in your cookbook?
This one divides me a little bit, but basically it's moist.
Now, I have to say, I would think. I don't have a problem with the word moist. What's wrong with moist?
Well, that's why it divides me, because, you know, but I think in the realms of a book, when we're trying to nourish people, like, I got to get their mind on one thing, and we got to use different words like juicy. Succulent. Fair enough?
I like succulent. I like succulent. That's a sexy word. Succulent.
You're looking succulent today.
You're looking succulent today. I like that word. Say that again.
Succulent.
Succulent, yeah, that's the word. Shavy, man, when I tell you, I'm so glad you're here. We're gonna have a good